You're listening to Independent TV 7. Kindly click on the like button and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel at Independent TV 7. Also, don't forget to click the bell icon to get more notification. Thanks for watching. Yes, Leah Sharibu is the girl Boko Haram left behind. Sherlock Holmes, the fictional English detective created by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, in famous saying, once you eliminate the impossible, whatever remains, no matter how improbable it is, it must be the truth. It is also impossible that those soldiers, according to the report, that the Dapchi girls, for instance, it is impossible that the Dapchi girls, including Leah Sharibu, could have been abducted if their town and school were guarded by the officers and men of the Nigerian army stationed in Dapchi. It is a principle I have followed in my vocation as a seeker of the truth, and it was central to getting to the truth of the Dapchi girls' abduction, which occurred on February 19, 2018. Well, it is also impossible that those soldiers who strangely withdrew from Dapchi a few hours to the kidnap would have done so on their own volition without an order from above. By a process of eliminating the impossibilities in the equation, the truth becomes clear that whoever ordered the withdrawal of the troops in Dapchi only hours before Boko Haram invaded the town and abducted Leah and her colleagues must have been aware of Boko Haram's plans, especially as we will show that the Nigerian government received an intelligence report a tip a day before the abduction of the Dapchi girls of Boko Haram's intention. When you take all of these into account and consideration, the only logical conclusion you can reach is that there was some major collision between elements of the Nigerian government and the radical Islam terror group Boko Haram that led to the Dapchi incident. So who are these colluders? What are their motives? Why were they willing to use the Dapchi girls and especially Leah Sharibu as collateral damage in their sinister activities? These and other questions are worth Nigerians have been asking. In answering these questions, according to the reports, I interviewed Leah's parents, her siblings, her pastors, and members of the Dapchi community in which she lived and was brought up. I also approached foreign intelligence assets, whom I cannot now mention, as well as journalists with insider knowledge of the workings of Boko Haram, one of whom is Ahmed Salkida, the man who also correctly predicted Boko Haram's behaviors before, during, and after the earlier Chibok girls' abduction in 2014. But even as I try to answer the questions, I want the world to know that there is a young girl who is still being held captive by Boko Haram simply because she refused to abandon her faith or her belief in God through Jesus Christ. Her name is Leah Sharibu, and she is the heroine of whom this book is all about. Leah Sharibu is a Christian. She never wanted to denounce her faith, being a believer of the Christian, but Boko Haram wanted her to, you know, believe what they believe and to convert her to Islam, which they also believe and practice and believe is a genuine religion. I was at the US Congress on Thursday, February 2, 2017 to attend a discussion on the very real threats to Christianity in Nigeria and how they could be addressed. At that event, Congressman Christopher H. Smith, who was then the chairman of the United States House Subcommittee on Africa and Global Health, Global Human Rights, and international organizations, told me and others present at that event that Nigeria is the most dangerous place for Christians in the world. When the international media reported Congressman Smith's view, the Nigerian government denounced it and rejected the notion that Nigeria is the most dangerous place to practice Christianity in the world. A year later, Boko Haram kidnapped the Dapchi girls. A month later, all the girls left alive. 104 of them were freed except Leah, because she is a Christian, because she refused to abandon Christianity. Since 2015, the Council of Foreign Relations approximates that 20,000 Nigerians have died at the hands of radical Islamic terror groups, including Boko Haram and Fulani herdsmen, who are not classified as terrorists by Okay, they are not classified as terrorists by the Nigerian government led by Buhari himself, a Fulani tribesman, though they have killed more people over the last 3 years than Boko Haram. And that is the herdsmen have killed more than Boko Haram. Most of their victims, but not all, have been Christians killed, maimed, and also been terrorized because of their faith in God through Christ Jesus. So most of those that the herdsmen or Boko Haram have killed are Christian, mainly Christians. In a 48-page report released in 2018 entitled "Crushed but Not Defeated: The Impact of Persistent Violence on the Church in Northern Nigeria," Open Doors, the non-profit group, revealed that 13,000 churches have been destroyed in the ongoing jihad by radicals in some parts of Nigeria. So the government of Buhari has not yet declared these so-called Islamic jihadists or terrorists as terrorists. Rather, they will say they are unknown gunmen. Well, the world is watching. Yes, international organizations are watching. Very few people are speaking for these forgotten Christians in northern Nigeria who are literally going through hell on earth. I am determined to speak for them and to speak for Leah Sharibu. In his book, The Divine Comedy, Dante, the hottest places in hell are reserved for those who, in time of moral crisis, preserve their neutrality. How can I be neutral when a 14-year-old girl, Leah Sharibu, turned 15 in Boko Haram's captivity, continues to face daily threats on her life for no other reason than that she believes in God through Christ Jesus? I also have a daughter. My daughter is the same age as Leah. What if it had been my daughter? Wow, my daughter is an American citizen only because she was born in America. If I had not taken the conscious decision to have her in the United States, she would have been a Nigerian citizen and a citizen rather, and who knows, it could have been her instead of Leah. Would I have been content with the way the Nigerian government and the media appear to have forgotten about Leah Sharibu if she was my daughter? Would life simply go on for my family, friends, and I would like to think think not of that, because Leah Sharibu has been abandoned, even just because she's a Christian or whatever. Leah's story has not yet ended. We people of conscience all over the world are the ones who get to decide how this story ends. If we let this issue die a natural death, chances are that Boko Haram will do the same to Leah, only that ours would be unnatural. But if we sustain the pressure on the Nigerian government and the international community, we will increase the likelihood of Leah's release. Please join me on this quest. But notwithstanding, according to this report, that we need to cry out to the Nigerian government. I would rather advise that we don't even need to cry out to the Nigerian government. We should cry out to the international community, just like the Ninans were doing, the Yoruba Nation agitator who went as far as New York to stand in front of United Nation Empire, to agitate. So if the Nigerian citizens can really protest, or rather, allow the pressure on the international community, we would have achieved a whole lot of goals. And this so-called jihadism, or I would say the Islamic terror on Nigerian citizens, would have ended, or Boko Haram would have ended. Herdsmen also would have been a thing of the past. So I would like us to quickly make sure that the international community and organization knows our plight and also knows how we feel in Nigeria, as President Muhammadu Buhari has not yet, like Nigerians.